Detroit and Pontiac.
And into the pitch up from the left to the right, the L39 and the L29. Smoke on. Let's give a round of applause for these gentlemen as they fly these aircraft in the sky over here in Traverse City. They're going to reposition for single passes. Should be 2 per aircraft. And then we'll have the single shift demonstration to follow. These aircraft all fly as part of the World Heritage Air Museum. And this year, the World Heritage Air Museum is going to be honoring the 100-year anniversary of the Royal Air Force, and is bringing a rare combination of aircraft. These vintage aircraft are EAA AirVenture displayed this year at Oshkosh. It's the first time ever for these British aircraft. Here comes Mike Spanky Turfer from left to right, smoke down, low pass for the cameras. Into the pitch up. Next, Ron Pucker Staley in his L39. Beautifully painted. That aircraft has missiles on the wings. Next, Tom Mongo Proctor in his Navy painted L39. And last, Juice Marty Tibbetts in his L29. Note the difference in the sound from the different engines. Initially quiet as his nose is pointed toward us, and that picks up in volume as he passes. This year, the World Heritage Air Museum will be bringing the jets to Oshkosh that include the Vampire, the Venom, and the Meteor. Meteor is the oldest flying original jet in the world. It's a very rare 1949 Gloucester Meteor, the T-7. So if you get a chance to go to Oshkosh this year, you'll see these gentlemen right here flying those vintage aircraft as the lead act at Oshkosh. And there goes Spanky into the pitch up. Followed by Pucker in the turn. And Mongo bringing up the number 3 position with the smoke on. These L-39 aircraft are Czechoslovakian. They call it the Albatross. They're the later version of the aircraft you just saw pass by, which was the L-29. The Soviets in Warsaw Pact students first flew the white L-29 as their trainer jet aircraft in the 60s and 70s, and then advanced onto when the Soviets replaced the L-29 with the L-39 as their trainer and attack aircraft. Back in the 70s, the L-29s were for the most part being phased out for the L-39s as a standard jet aircraft of the Warsaw Pact. But these aircraft, the L-39s, have seen military service for more than 30 years. Europe, Asia, Africa, and now flying over the skies of America as demonstration aircraft. For example, Ron Stanley's L-39 was built in 1981. It was imported into the U.S. in 2003 when the Ukrainians sold it as surplus. It was purchased by Ron Stanley and his wife Linda and extensively restored in 2010. Ron's aircraft is painted in a Royal Thai Air Force paint scheme. The L-39 has one engine, the Yatchenko AI-25TL, and it's approximately 3,800 pounds of thrust. But the aircraft at full weight is over 11,000 pounds. So not necessarily fully underpowered, but definitely an aircraft that takes time to accelerate. But once she does, she's a great trainer aircraft for both demonstrations, aerobatics, and student training. Next up will be Mike Spanky Turfer after these aircraft pass, set up for his aerobatic demo. You'll see Spanky reaching speeds up to 480 miles per hour. As you can see with Ron Staley's aircraft, there's a missile under the wing. These aircraft in their combat configuration can carry up to 2,500 pounds of weapons. They have 4 underwing hardpoints, include bombs, rocket pods, gun pods, and camera reconnaissance pods. There's approximately 2,800 L-39s built, and approximately 300 of them are flying private ownership today. L-39 group and the L-29 as the Stinger. Wave goodbye to the L-39s, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Seems like he's going faster, but you always hear the sound.
As the L-29 pitches up into the vertical and heads north,
faster than the sound.
Mike Spanky Turfer, the president of 45 North Aviation, will set up for his aerobatic demonstration. Mike flies right here at Traverse City Airport. North 45 Aviation has airplanes, helicopters, maintenance, banner tow, other charter, and tour services. If you get a chance and want to go check out Traverse City from a beautiful sight from a helicopter or a float plane, go over and talk to 45 North Aviation and Mike Turfer.
Float plane, is that one of those that they pull you up and you just guide them?
Spanky's cleared into the box. He's going to start up with a pitch up into a 3/4 roll.
What is it?
Keep your eyes peeled. He may be coming out of nowhere from wherever you're looking at this point. Could be over your shoulder. Could be to the left. Could be to the right. And here it comes overhead the crowd from your back to your front. Pitching up into 3/4 roll. Mike Spanky Turfer, this beautiful L-39. And there's the roll. Let's stop.
He's gonna stall out and come down. Hello. Earth to
Mike lives right here in Traverse City,
Michigan.
Michigan.
Where are you?
Mike's been flying for most of his life. He started his first solo flight at his 16th birthday. And then shortly after that, a year later, when he was 17 years old, on his 17th birthday, he acquired his pilot's license. Mike's resetting from the right to the left with the smoke on for the pass with a slow roll. Mike has over 10,000 flight hours in a wide variety of aircraft. He's flown over 75 different models of those aircraft, to include Piper Cub, Bell 407 helicopter, and many more. From the right to the left with a slow roll, Mike Turfer with the smoke on and his L-39.
Oh, I love it.
And in that slow roll pass, initially he's got positive G's on the aircraft, then when he's upside down, negative G's. So as you can see, the smoke system kicked out just a little bit as he was in that inverted position with the negative G's. Mike will position from left to the right for the 4-point roll. Try to count the number of seconds between each maneuver of that roll, approximately 2 seconds per maneuver. Mike also flies the de Havilland Beaver float plane, the Pitt, the Extra 300, the Sukhoi 29, and the Sukhoi 31. There comes Mike from the left with the smoke on for the 4-point roll. Goes up, there's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And there's 4. Nice job, Mike, with a 4-point roll. Made it look easy. Mike's going to reposition to our right to set up for his next maneuver, being the Jubilee. As Mike sets up for the Cuban 8, he's going to get the nose down, the airspeed up. He's going to be over 400 miles per hour as he's pulling toward the water. When he gets approximately show center and those wings level, he's going to pull back 3 to 4 G's into the vertical, describing an 8 in the sky from our perspective. In this case, pulling 3 to 4 G's means he's going to weigh 3 to 4 times what he normally weighs in this pull up into the vertical. Cuban 8 was named after an American pilot flying maneuvers in Cuba, and ended up doing it a little bit by accident, but he discovered this was quite an effective maneuver. So as Mike comes over the top, he puts the nose down toward the water, rolls in a slow roll in this case, and then he starts to pull back on the stick. Right now he's doing about 3 G's, and he's going to increase that up to about 4 G's, about 4 times his weight as he pulls into the second half of the Cuban 8.
You better hurry, the wind's blowing it apart.
There he is up and over the top. He's about 3,500 feet to just shy of 4,000 feet, slowing to about 160 knots. Get that nose pointed downward, a slight unload, as you can see. And then he does a slow roll to bring the aircraft back to upright. Let's give a big hand for Mike in his figure 8. Nice job, Mike.
Go ahead, Mark. It's going too fast to see. Well, here it is.
The next setup for Mike after his wonderful figure 8 will be the knife edge pass. He does a nice roll at the top for his reposition as he rolls under and back around to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, this one is really good for a photo pass. If you want to get out your cameras, you can see this as Mike comes by the crowd nice and low. He's going to kick it up the left wing high, and he's going to be left rudder, standing on that left rudder to keep that wing up as he comes by the knife edge pass from left to right.